What's going on, gamers? Nem0905 here, bringing you another sword-bearing run. Except this time, I actually managed to score the Crux of Crota. Now, I am going to have both the sword-bearing run video and the Necrochasm hands-on in, I believe it's Iron Banner, in one video, just because I really didn't feel like splitting the videos. I'd rather just have it as a whole. So here you can see I'm using the same technique as the last video. However, I did get lucky to manage another hit on Crota before the sword disappeared. I did manage to get his health slightly lower than half. Unfortunately, we were not able to bring him down into swords, which would have been nice. However, we still managed to do pretty fucking awesome in 3 swords. So we had a really good team, and that bugs me right there. That bugs me, that auto aim. Anyways, so we'll see right now. This should be the sword after before the ogre run, actually. Now, I did stop right here for 2 reasons. If I would have continued, he would have enraged, and I would have basically messed it up for the entire team. So I'd rather just hit him once. That way, by the last sword, he is ready to go. What you guys are about to see here is actually kind of a butt-clenching moment. So we'll see. Let's bring this sword bearer down real quick over here, and we'll see that in just a second. I'm gonna pick up the sword, or as they call it, the relic. Jump over that fugly little thrall. So get back in position, turn invisible once more,
and go.
And watch his health. Watch his health. He virtually has no health. At this moment, everybody in the team was kind of going crazy, so needless to say, it was kind of a tight spot. But bam, we got it, and Crux of Crota has dropped. Finally, it took me, I wanted to say, over 10 raids to finally get the Crux, but I was pretty excited. So now we're going to move on to the Crucible side of the video. Now this is Iron Banner here. I wanted to test it out to see if it really has no redemption at the moment. And you know what? It does need this buff. I mean, insanely. It does manage to shred enemies' health if you are going on one-on-one, so this weapon is kind of decent at rumble in a close quarters match. However, I really wouldn't recommend it for something this big, like not fire-based stealthy. This is blind watch. It will easily get outperformed by pretty much any other weapon, especially hand cannons. I cannot tell you how many times hand cannons wrecked me so hard, especially the Thorn and the Hawk Moon, but that may be because we are in Iron Banner. It does perform a little bit better in standard Crucible, but there really isn't that big of a difference to it. Right now, I actually have the faster reload on the Necrochasm instead of the stability perk, which honestly you don't see that much of a difference. The gun is pretty stable as it is right here. You do want to get those precision headshots so you can get the little cursed thrall explosions, but really what it needs is that impact boost or a bigger magazine and a slower rate of fire. It is really unbalanced at the moment, and it doesn't make sense that they would make one of the hardest weapons to get in the game. You know, I don't want to say it's just as rare as the Vex Mytho class, but it is around that same level. As you can see, I just got burned by the Vex. But you know, for one of the tougher weapons to get, I mean, initially you have to get it as Husk of the Pit to begin with, and that alone is not a guaranteed drop whenever you kill one of the Blades of Crota. I've actually tried to help my friend Ashen Continuum several times to farm the Fist of Crota mission for him to try and get the Husk of the Pit. However, all those attempts have been unsuccessful, and he has yet to receive a Husk of the Pit. So I mean, that alone, you know, you're riding on the chance of getting Husk of the Pit, and then you have to raid on hard mode to try and get the Crux of Crota to turn this baby into the Necrochasm. I mean, if the gun is given a buff, it would definitely be a nice exotic to have. But right now it's really kind of suffering, especially because of the update that's incoming, hope maybe in the next week, where it's going to drop the base damage of auto rifles by 2.5%. Now, that alone is going to harm the Necrochasm even more. I am not sure why Bungie made the decision to nerf the base damage of auto rifles, especially with this thing on the loose. I mean, you can go to the forums and see all the different threads of other Guardians that want, you know, this gun buffed, because it is a hard weapon to get. Now, like they did with the Vex Mytho class, that they nerfed it at first and then they nerfed it too much and then they buffed it again. I really have faith in Bungie that they will take action with the Necrochasm, because at the moment the gun is just something that you're getting it either to get your Grimoire points up, or if you want an exotic shard. I mean, essentially that's what it is. It's nice to look at, it's a nice little trophy weapon to have slung on your back when you're in the tower. And it pains me to say that, because I, for one, was really looking forward to getting the Necrochasm, and I read the countless of threads on the forums of how much this gun blows, and it's disheartening to say that it does, you know. So hopefully Bungie will listen to our feedback and balance this weapon now, because it really needs it. But that's about it, guys. I mean, if you enjoyed the video, I can be found at twitch.tv/nem_0905. I try to stream either in the mornings or at night. Hit me up here too if you guys ever want to raid. I'm down to helping anybody with the Nightfall and the weekly heroic strikes. So yeah, you guys, take care and keep gaming.